week into January. I think it's the 7th, 8th maybe, something like that. Today, I'm gonna clean out the van because this evening I'm supposed to go do a trial fit for the cabinets. Cooktop cabinet and the kitchen sink cabinet, 2 separate cabinets, because they're supposed to fit over the, like the corner's gonna be cut out for the wheel well, and like, so I guess before he finishes everything up, he wants to make sure they fit, because then he's gonna finish them up, whatever that is. And I've been shopping for kitchen countertops, for both countertops. I'm leaning towards the live edge wood, maybe some epoxy in it to fill cracks, you know, make it cool looking. A lot of people do granite, but granite's heavy. I don't know if you've ever picked up granite. Granite is so heavy. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna get everything out, including the mountain bike. Try the cabinets. I think I'm gonna have to go look at the countertops and pick out an actual live edge wood slab. All right, so what y'all just saw was the cabinet, making sure they fit. And now we're going to look at countertops. I've kind of decided on live edge wood. Got to bring the boss lady, let her pick it out, and then get that to the cabinet guy, who can then finish it. Kind of hoping it's got some cracks in it. We can do like some blue epoxy or something, make it, give it character. Anyway, here's some video of that. All right, we're shopping. This place has a lot of wood.
Wrong way. How do you switch it? I don't know how to switch it.
What you trying to do? All right, I think we found one. It's 24 to 26 inches. It's really straight. We need 25 to have live edge on both sides by the sliding door on that cabinet. And we're gonna do the bark live edge. Like you could do the worn live edge. Obviously you can do cut edge. We want the bark. That's gorgeous.
But this customers want.
All right, so we're gonna look around some more. She highly recommended not leaving the bark on because she said it's just rough, and to keep it from falling off within a few years is really hard. You have to resin it on, like completely encapsulate it in resin, and so we're gonna probably find something more like this. The search continues. I think we're gonna do this one. The only problem is, of course, it's a tree, so it's not lumber per se, but we're gonna have to shave a little bit. It's wider down here, so we'll have to shave a little bit to make it. He says you can do it, make it look like it's natural, the edge, but I'm not very artistic. Those are some nice people. That was Black Hawk, I think, lumber yard. They're near San Marcos. Ton of that, all that wood that I just showed, really cool. I think they were tired of the questions and the concerns and the, like, I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff. And he's like, oh, you can just do this, cut it. At one point he was like, yeah, well, you can just cut it and glue it back together and all this, make a countertop. And I'm like, it's like a 3-inch thick slab of wood. Like, I can't do all that. Anyway, and he was like, all right, thank y'all for your business, and they ran and slammed the door. They were like, y'all gotta go. Anyway, we got them. Heading home. All right, now it's, what was it, January 9th? I just looked. It's like the 9th or 13th or something. I don't know. Anyway, time's flying. I'm not getting a whole lot done. Still waiting on cabinets. We picked out these. I've got to debark it. I'll do a video in the back, but I had a different project on my sawhorses, so I had to finish that up. Now they're available. Anyway, we're just fixing to debark it. Here it is. We flip it over and it's got this big knot, and then it's got these cracks, which I kind of wanted. Imperfection. We can put some epoxy. I'm sure with Natasha it'll be a really bright colored epoxy. I'm not sure how well y'all can see that, but it's got like some imperfections and it's got that big knot. This is going to be the bottom, and this will be the, like, so you'll be able to see this radius. We're getting some of it off. Next, we're fixing to try the grinder with a flap disc, sanding disc. All right, let's see what this thing does. All right, so we're gonna get the bulk off with the chisels, and then we'll use this to knock the rest off. It comes off pretty quick. And this is my warehouse guy. Say hi. Say hi to YouTube, Juan. I'm famous.
You are?
No.
I saw you. I saw.
I got my car back. Oh, they're recording.
Where was your car?
Places.
All right, just got back from picking up cabinets. This is just sitting on here for looks. That's gonna be the kitchen sink cabinet, just 2 big doors for storage. This is gonna be the cooktop cabinet. This is actually where it goes. It's bolted to the floor. I do have to trim this and do some other stuff to finish up. Put hardware in it. We gotta figure out what kind of latches, handles, all that. But it's in place. This was just a big panel for accessing the batteries in case we need to work on them. But look at all this storage. There's a ton of storage right here behind it. It's like 4 or 5 inches. I think I'm going to turn it into one big drawer. But I'm going to do the finish work on them. I'm going to stain them, sand them, stain them, varnish them, whatever. I got to Google some stuff. I haven't done that in a while. Starlink came in. I got the residential version. We are going to use it at the house some. But I saw a hack where all you have to do is change your address and then you can use it wherever your destination is. All right, so my new problem. The cabinet's gonna go here. It's gonna have a sink. I got my new tank in, new water tank in. I can't come back too far because it'll hit this, it'll be in the way of this. And I can't come too far forward because I think the actual kitchen cabinet's supposed to be here to make room for the toilet and the shower. Every inch counts. So I think I'm gonna have to cut a big hole in my kitchen cabinet, my new cabinet, so that the tank can slide forward into it just a little bit to make everything work. Maybe this will be a little easier to describe. So this is in place. This is pretty much where it's going. Can you see that? From the edge of the bed over onto this little bit is gonna be one of those, it's gonna be a pull out. They call it a pantry in van world. But in the house, it'd be more like a spice rack. that's the space you're working with. Bed's going here. Under here is considered the garage. All right, so the subject matter of today is water tank versus kitchen cabinet. Sink's gonna go here. I can't pull it over now because my drain pipe comes through the floor and there's a board on the bottom that bolts down. It's hitting that pipe. So I'm gonna have to trim it because I want the bed to move over that way just a little bit. And then, like I said, toilet, shower. This is the smaller tank that I got. This is kind of the best fit I could find. I'm gonna have to cut. Don't tell my cabinet guy. I'm gonna have to cut my cabinet here and here. This tank's gonna go into the cabinet because it's hitting the cabinet, but it still needs to go over, you know, 5 or 6 inches. So basically, if you look from in the cabinet, I'm gonna have to cut it here, here, you know, somewhere around there, and then move it forward so my water tank's gonna come to about here in the cabinet. I need to take them back out, take them all apart, refinish the wood, or I say finish the wood. It's bare wood, it needs to be finished. We're going to Big Ben in a few days, so I'll probably just leave this bolted. I do need to put the hardware so the drawers won't open. It's got the soft close, and they give it some resistance from coming open while you're driving. I'll probably just put a piece of plywood so we can put the cooktop on top of it. We do have power. Seriously doubt we're gonna have functioning water, but we'll be in Big Bend and campground has shower and water and all that. All right, it's like January 500th or something. I don't know, 18th, 19th, 17th. But I got my line marked. All right, we're gonna do something today. All right, so I'm doing fitment, making sure it fits right. There were screws in the bottom. I thought the bottom panel comes off, but the cabinet comes off the base. I see what he did. My cabinet guy. What do I gotta do? I gotta cut this to fit around this so I can move it. This needs to be scooted over just a little bit this way. Then I cut a huge chunk of this out.
Okay. He's getting ready to cut into this cabinet that we paid to have made. And I'm recording. You wanna watch?
Yeah, so, you know, a cabinet builder made it. Really straight cuts,
For
awesome fittings and corners, and like everything looks really good. So this is where the wheel well cutout is. He left it. This is the back of it, so it's not quite as good as all the other stuff.
Per his request.
But I have to cut a little more out so that our water tank can slide into it, as I said earlier.
Well, you can cut that. With a chainsaw?
No, not really. That's what it feels like cutting after he built this. Just feels like I'm gonna butcher it.
That was totally clickbait.
All right, so
So cute.
get it, girl, get it.
She likes to play fetch with herself. She's so stinking cute. Okay, come on.
All right, so no, really, so a jigsaw, but that's exactly. I feel like I'm just gonna butcher it. I'll show you when I'm done.
Because I have things to do and I have to stop recording right now. So much love. Bye-bye.
All right, so that's cut. I think it's gonna fit. We'll see. But for now, I gotta mark this corner and cut it out. Well, we're getting something done. All right, so I got it cut. Got the tank slid in. I've got enough room to come in with my water supply, which will run from here into the tank. I'll have a tank in the cabinet. It's not too bad though. Still a lot of room for storage. It just takes up a little corner. All right, so it got cold on me. For those of you who don't know, in San Antonio, Central Texas, the mountain cedar, releases pollen January, February-ish. 95% of people are allergic to it, and it's horrible. It's like somebody just turned on the sieve, and it's like nose won't quit running, itchy eyes. So I've kind of been avoiding outside, not working much. Anyway, so I am trying to get something done today. It's been a few days. What I've decided, so this pipe coming up, not quite under the cabinet, that means the drain's gonna be like that's the lowest point. So everything else is gonna have to be higher than this. So that's like almost 2 inches off the ground. I'm fixing to cut this pipe underneath, remove it, cut this hole bigger so that this will actually go on here, and then it's gonna go all the way to the floor. And then most of my fittings inside, I'm gonna use these rubber fittings. If I used all PVC, I'm afraid the connections will break from stress and rattling and stuff. So I'm trying to minimize just glued connections and just rely on flexible connections. All right, for those who haven't seen my previous videos, this is my waste tank. It's under the driver's side, next to the fuel tank. This is my drain, electronic drain valve. This is the pipe coming from inside. I cut it. Now I can pull it out, but I did a really good job caulking it in there. So I'm gonna have to cut that and get it out. Anyway, we're working on it. How do I look in this light? Man, I look old. Anyway, all right, so that's gonna wrap up this video. I got a little bit done, not much. Time's flying by. We got a little busy. Weather's been bad. Y'all saw that. We did just get back from our convention. We do Kona Ice, Traveling Times. We have a manager, Mia, who's really cranked things up. Thanks, Mia. She made me buy another piece of equipment. So I'm currently driving back from Orlando-ish area. I picked it up, driving it back. I stopped in Baton Rouge. You know, that's how the Cajuns say it, basically, kind of, a little bit. Pyran's, so that's Godfather, I believe, Pyran. Pyran Seafood Restaurant. It's another one that's been on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So now you'll see the menu. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, it looks so amazing. No, not really, I don't know. I haven't been inside yet, but, and then here's what I've got for supper. Oh my goodness, look at how good that looks. Yeah, no, not really. I'm still sitting in the truck. I haven't been inside yet, so, you know. Anyway. I'm hungry and I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat. But yeah, here's a montage from the weekend. It's February 2nd. Kona Convention was a blast. Thanks Kona Ice team. Y'all will probably never see this video, but you know, y'all killed it again. Appreciate all your work. See y'all next video.